Hello, St. Joseph Academy, and welcome back to another episode. My name is Gabo Caram.
And I'm Mauricio Cuellar.
And you're watching Project Red Remastered. This month is No Shave November.
We at Project Red are participating by growing out our beards and raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Last week, Book Club met November 6th to discuss a book, Call Me By My Name, by John Ed Bradley.
Last Tuesday, Mary's Youth sold cupcakes for cancer during lunch for $1.
This past Thursday was a new student orientation and family barbecue age workshop faculty in service.
We hope this experience encourages parents and students to come to St. Joe.
Now, let's see what our athletes have been up to in Sports Talk.
Hello Bloodhounds, I'm Sky Barra.
And I'm Julieta Rodriguez. And welcome to this week's Sports Talk.
2 weeks ago, our football team took the win against San Antonio Christian. The score was 28-13.
This Friday, the Hounds will play for a district title against San Antonio Holy Cross here at Canales Field. Kickoff is at 7.
Congrats to David Rodriguez for being awarded the Unsung Hero Award of 2018 by Dave Campbell's Football Texas magazine.
The Project Red team is proud of you, David.
We would like to congratulate the varsity volleyball team for being awarded the Team of the Week by Channel 4 News.
We are extremely proud of the girls and what they have accomplished.
This Saturday, the Lady Bloodhounds will host their final home game at Memorial Gym.
We ask you come and support both JV and varsity.
Well, that's it for this week's Sports Talk. I'm Sky Barra.
And I'm Julieta Rodriguez. Now let's pass it on to Belen Sanchez presenting Moment of Science.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, for being here today. The noise in the background is the intramural games, but we're still here to record this super cool experiment that Mr. Miller has for us today.
Okay, so I'd like to welcome you to our first Moment of Science. And what we have today is a plasma ball. And so basically we have a glass sphere filled with some noble gases, and there's an electric coil which produces releases a lot of electrons, and they create plasma within the material inside the sphere. And so we can do some fun things with the plasma because there are excess electrons inside and some actually bleed through. And so if we provide a path for the electrons to go, then they go to my finger. So there's a better way for them to pass through because the excess electrons are flowing into my body. Okay. If I put my hand on this side, it goes this way. If I put it on both sides, then I'm providing two paths. Okay. So now, if you can see here at the side, what's happening as the plasma goes across, it heats up the gas inside, and that makes it rise. It's called convection. And so as it rises, that's why it doesn't stay still. But if I were to move my finger up here and provide a more direct path, then it's going straight up, and the heat is all going in the same direction, which if I leave my finger here too long, my fingertip becomes warm, so I have to stop. Okay. If I provide a bigger area, then we get a bigger flow of electricity moving out. And you can see it sort of switches back and forth. One hand gets more, the other hand gets more. Okay. Now, if we use this, again, there's electricity surrounding it. So let's maybe turn off the lights. And with the lights off, we can again see more the effect. The particular gas inside causes the different colors. And so just like fluorescent lights, they produce a particular color. And so using the electricity here, we can actually, in some cases, cause other objects to light up. So this is a typical light bulb. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but we can see as we bring it close, nothing really happens. But if we were to use, say, a fluorescent bulb, which I seem to have a hard time finding here in the dark. Fluorescent bulb. If we can get the fluorescent bulb close, the fluorescent bulb works because electricity or electrons are flowing through the gas inside. So if we get it close, we can actually get the fluorescent bulb to light up. There's no electricity from anywhere else. Okay? It's just the electricity that's flowing through the air, or the electrons that are flowing through the air. They excite the gas inside the fluorescent tube and cause it to light up. Okay? If we have a bigger bulb, or like here's an older bulb, this one's never been taken out of the package, and we can see that even this one will light up when there's enough electricity close by coming out from the plasma. And then of course, if we just wanted to have some fun, we could take something like this, a long fluorescent tube, and if we get it just at the right place, we may be able to light it up. So you can see that we're creating light through the tube, and so if we get just the right way, we can, it almost looks like a lightsaber.
Luke, I am your father.
We can see that, and we can see we can light up a big part of it. Okay? But then if I take my hand and put it here, then the excess electrons are flowing into my hand instead of down to the other end of the tube. But if I let go, then it lights back up. So this is really what happens in a short circuit. The electricity is flowing through the tube. When I put my hand here, then the electricity flows into me instead of into the tube. And wherever I put my hand, I can change the length of the part of the tube that's lit up by giving the excess electrons a place to flow out of. Okay, so in this situation we have what's known as a black light, and really it's the same as an ordinary fluorescent tube, except an ordinary fluorescent tube has on the inside a coating of phosphorus, which the ultraviolet radiation here causes to glow white. And so a black light is really just an ordinary fluorescent tube without that inner coating of phosphorus, and what we're seeing is really not black light, but it's ultraviolet radiation. And we can only see a little bit of it, or we see reflections from other objects of the ultraviolet light, which changes the wavelength and makes it visible. Take the plasma ball and take an ordinary coin and put it up on top. You can see that we're providing a path for the electrons to flow through. And you may be able to tell how quickly I'm moving my hand there, that there is quite a bit of electricity that will flow into my hand. Okay? So if we turn off the lights, you may be able to see, much like lightning, a spark of electricity jumping. I don't know if you were able to see that, but I certainly felt it, from the coin into my finger. So we can see little bits of burned skin on the tip of my fingertip. So all those electrons flowing in killed some of the cells, and they're there on the surface. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed as we played around with the plasma ball and learned a little science as well. So we would invite you to join us again for our next Moment of Science.
Our junior class will be going to the fall encounter at Camp Baby for 3 days. Hope they will enjoy it.
There will be an Athletic Booster Club meeting on November the 14th at 6 p.m. in the Upper Division Library.
Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode.
And remember, it's always a great day to be a bloodhound.
I'm Gabo Karam.
And I'm Mauricio Cuellar.
And thanks for watching Project Red Remastered.
Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom.